What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some bones deform an object by using MetaLink. Okay, so we got this object here, and just call that, I'm going to call it sphere. Okay, and make another object, the object that we're going to deform, and let's make that, it has higher tessellation, but we're also going to scale it down because it's going to be inside the other object. So, alright, we got that. Let's go back to the first object, and now we are going to say add polygon. And as you can see, I changed the start a little. Add bone to wiki instead of add light. The rest of the line is the same though. So that's basically what you want, is this line here. And say OK, and it looks like nothing happened, but it actually created luxigons. Okay, so we'll just save that and go to, say, send object to layout, and here we have the two objects, the one inside and the one we're going to deform. I think I'll just say convert polygons straight away, and I'm going to select the bones. I'm going to scale them actually for this purpose. And yeah, that's it. And then I just pressed R to rest the bones. So press R on your keyboard, and now we have some deformation going on. And let's just say select a bone number 2, and change the mode to position instead of scale, and we'll just move this bone. Now you can see it deforms. However, I want this object to deform that object. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add dynamics actually to this, just regular cloth, and as far as I recall, to this one I'm going to add MetaLink, and yes, and also I need to parent this object to this big object. So that's layer 1. So now this is parented to the big one. And now I can't really hit calculate here, but I'll have to jump here and say calculate. And nothing happens really because we haven't moved any bones. So let's just scrub the timeline, select bone, Okay, well, might as well select that one and move it over here. Be sure you're moving it. And it looks like nothing happens, but just wait, because we have to calculate the dynamics first. And there you go. Something is happening. And what should happen now is that this deformation should also happen to the other object, this object. So let's see if that works, or if I did something wrong. So let's just change the opacity of this object, actually that object. See if anything happens. And yes, it does. You can see that the object below is also deforming. It's a bit wiggly now. That's because I didn't use the proper cloth effects settings. So it's kind of like, well, an interesting deformation to this. But if you use the right cloth effects settings, or maybe even better soft effects, then you should get a deformation that you want without any wiggling. Also, I used too many bones here. I really should have used even less polygons for this power gun object, the big object. So because now it's just a bunch of bones to move, and that's just too much, really. The bad thing about this is two things. There's no real-time update. I mean, you can't really see what you're working on. You just have to guess, really, how the object below is what it's gonna look like. And also this object here. So you just have to guess when you do this, which is kind of lame. And the other thing, what was the other thing? Yeah, selecting bones is also kind of like tricky. Well, you can use the up and down arrow, but anyway, you're going to use fewer bones, so for each time you do something here, you have to calculate over again. So say objects, properties, dynamics, calculate, and there you see that it moves out in this direction as well. Okay, that's a start anyway. Maybe I just hope I can get this to work real time and more efficiently.